Every time the little kindergarten girl went out, a strange fat man would always be following her. But he wasn't a kidnapper or a creep. He was actually her biggest fan. One moment, the girl and her father suddenly vanished from the fat man's sight. He panicked and started searching everywhere. When he found the little girl again, she said her father had suddenly disappeared. Then the fat man noticed something was off. There was no one around them at all. Just then, Kaya seemed to spot her father's figure. The fat man followed her into a clothing store. Inside a fitting room, a hand suddenly reached out, motioning for them to come closer. The more the fat man looked, the more something felt wrong. But Kaya walked over and pulled open the curtain. There was no one inside, only a mannequin arm lying on the floor. At that moment, footsteps sounded behind them. The fat man turned around and was startled by a mannequin. Then more mannequins surrounded them, their heads turning as they followed the direction of their escape. The fat man planned to get Kaya to safety first. He rushed onto the elevator and pressed the button for the first floor. But nothing happened. Just then, Kaya's hair suddenly fell off. That's when the fat man realized this Kaya was actually an evil spirit in disguise. Right as he was about to be killed, the elevator door slowly opened. The real Kaya had already taken care of the other spirits. Saved once again, the fat man cried like a 200-pound kid, and his admiration for Kaya grew even stronger. He took Kaya to find a staff member, and used the announcement system to have her father come pick her up. But before her father arrived, a woman claiming to be Kaya's mother showed up. When the receptionist said her mom was here, Kaya turned and ran. She didn't want to see her mother possessed by an evil spirit. But then she heard the woman call out to her, and Kaya stopped, confused. Seeing that this woman wasn't possessed, Kaya was overjoyed.
ママではありません。
The woman took off her wig and told Kaya she was actually her aunt. Kaya didn't know what to say. Just then, her father finally arrived. At first, he was on high alert, but when he learned she was his wife's sister, he slowly let his guard down. Shichika apologized for what had just happened, and said she mainly came to see her niece. Before leaving, she asked them not to tell her sister about this visit. Later, she went to a nursing home to visit her mother. Kaya's grandmother kept saying that her youngest daughter died after giving birth to that thing, and told Shichika to run for her life. Shichika insisted her sister wasn't dead, and that she had just visited Kaya with nothing bad happening. But her mother seemed unable to understand, repeating the same words over and over like a broken record. Meanwhile, the fat man got a call from his master. His master warned him to stop getting involved with Kaya's family, or he'd be in big trouble. One day after school, Shichika came to pick Kaya up. Kaya locked eyes with a spirit by the roadside. Shichika reached out and blocked her view, warning her not to look, or more spirits would be drawn to them. But when they got home, that spirit had followed them anyway. Shichika immediately pressed a talisman against the door to keep them out. Then she said she needed to find something in Kaya's mother's room. But just as she spoke, the doorbell rang. Shichika didn't open the door. Instead, she answered a video call. The screen showed Kaya's father standing outside, claiming he'd accidentally left his keys at the hospital and needed help opening the door. But Shichika had just received a message from him saying he wouldn't be back from the hospital until around 6 p.m. Clearly, the one outside was a fake. She reminded Kaya never to open the door, no matter how familiar the person seemed. Soon, the doorbell rang again.